don't mind starting a little bit early, right, Lucy? So I'd love to introduce Lucy Pinto, Program Manager for Grow with Google Digital Coaches Program. Lucy.
¿Estamos? No de nuevo, because we have to bring the energy. Monica told us we're bringing the heat, so I have to get the heat from you. ¿Cómo estamos hoy? Muy bien. Muy bien. Bienvenidos. Welcome. My name is Lucy Pinto. I'm the manager of the Grow with Google Digital Coaches Program, and it is our pleasure to welcome all of you to today's session, where you'll hear from some of our amazing digital coaches, Mari Rabago, who's your Arizona digital coach, and also Roberto Martinez, who helps us in California. Now, a little bit about the Digital Coaches Program and Grow with Google. Grow with Google is Google's initiative to bring digital skills training and empowerment to Americans across the country. The Digital Coaches Program specifically focuses on providing ongoing trainings, hands-on coaching, and opportunities for Latino and Black-owned businesses in the country to network, to empower one another, and learn together. Over the pandemic, we learned that businesses really had to get online in order to sell their products, their services. But what was happening was that they knew it was important. They didn't know how to. They didn't know how to adopt technology to really help them reach new customers. And that's where our Digital Coaches Program really stepped up and stepped in. We expanded from 8 markets to 20 markets, are now in places like Arizona, to help bring our best-in-class training to Latino-owned businesses and Black-owned businesses across the country through local coaches who aren't just coaches, they're entrepreneurs themselves. They're running businesses. And it's important that we're not only effective in training on what these digital tools are, but that it comes through the lens of small business owners themselves. Because someone like Mari, unlike me, I'm not a business owner. She knows the day-to-day struggles, she knows the challenges, and she knows how to speak to communities so that these digital tools can feel less daunting for our small business owners. And so today, whether you are a small business owner yourself or you're a chamber leader, you'll get a sneak peek into what that training looks like. Mari will lead a fantastic training on how small businesses can reach customers online through digital tools, followed by a fireside chat moderated by Roberto Martinez with some of our amazing chamber leaders that you'll hear from on why this work is important and how do we continue to not just get small business owners to adopt these tools, but also continue to grow with them, right? 87% of Latino-owned businesses reported through a Connected Commerce Council report that they got online during the pandemic. And so it's not just important for us to get them online, but to continue to allow them to thrive and figure out how do we continue to grow from point A to point B, point C, and onward. And so it is my pleasure that you all are here because it does take a village, una comunidad entera, between partners, speakers, small business owners, nonprofits. It really is una contribución de todos to make sure that our communities are thriving and growing. And so with that, I would like for Mari Rabago to come onto the stage to kick us off and give you that sneak peek into our trainings. Come on, Mari.
We can do better. Lucy is an amazing leader. Thank you so much,
Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you. ¿Cómo están todos? How's everyone doing? I hope you had plenty of coffee. If you have any leftover, bring it on, please. I might need some. It's an honor to be with you, and it is time. It is time for us to go to the next level as a business owner. I've been a business owner myself for 9 years. Estoy haciendo mis pininis, apenas aprendiendo. And it's been an honor to serve you since 2021 as a digital coach with Grow with Google. Today they gave me the numbers, and I am just excited to know that in this short span of time that I've been representing Google here in Arizona, I have trained over 2,200 business owners. So bravo! Y los que vienen, right? That's the main thing. So reach customers online with Google. I don't know about you guys, but Google es mi amigo, es mi cuate, es mi pal, right? Es donde voy and I get all the information I need. It's not ask your mom nowadays, it's ask Google, right? Whatever we need. I'm sure we all have one of these little things right here that it seems to be an extension of our body lately, right? We go to our phones for everything, and Google is our friend. So I am excited to see partners. We have Isaac School District, which is a Google partner too. We have Southwest Valley Chamber of Commerce too, that they're also our partners. Thank you so much for being here. Good friends. Ay, señor, me tengo que comportar. Está Daniel Ortega aquí. Thank you so much for joining us. A pleasure to have you guys here. So today, the clicker's not working. Technical difficulties, as I used to say in my days in Univision. So here we go. Let me see if I can do it from here. Either. So it seems like we have a different technical difficulties, like in news. Let me try one thing here. See if I learn how to do this thing, and if I can replace it. No. It's right here. Una vez más. You think I have helpers, right? Okay, but it's not showing there. It's the different one. Un segundito lo arreglamos. That's why we have great staff members here. So while he does that and get going with the slides, I want to talk a little bit, for those of you who don't know, I think most of you guys grew up watching me on news, right? I used to be a news anchor with Univision, 20 years in media, and I got tired of giving headlines to the community. So what I wanted to do is empower my community, empoderar a la comunidad. And I remember when I used to use that word, people said, wait a second, doesn't sound right. It's a make-up word. But I love what I get to do not only through my company, Mari Rabago Productions, but also through Google, because by empowering our business owners with digital tools, I help them grow their business. In that, I have a great example here. You'll be hearing from my stylist that is going to be part of the panel, Linda Valenzuela, who I've known for many years, and the way her business have changed because of using these tools with Grow with Google and assisting to the different workshops we do locally. You'll see how any business can grow, any business can expand and go to the next level. It's education, and one of my favorite words is free. A quien no le gustan las cosas gratis, ¿verdad? Pero con valor, yo no sé. I'm the oldest of 9 kids, so in my house we had to stretch the dollars como chicle, así que I love to be able to give free advertising, information, and education. 1 second. You're really putting me to this task. You want me to focus and talk at the same time? I don't know I can do that anymore. Right there. So we should be good. A ver. There we go. Let me go to open so they can see the whole thing. We are there. Thank you so much. Don't touch it. We might not. No lo tientes ya. Ahí vamos. It was early in the morning when everybody got here. I think so that is me. I want to make sure that you follow me on social media. I'm big on social media. You can find me at the handle at Mari Rabago AC. Make sure you're following Digital Coaches program, because I'm not the only one. We're 20 across the country, and we all do free workshops, at least between 3 and 5 a month. You can join any of those workshops. And like I tell a lot of my learners, if you want your business to grow, you have to invest in the most important piece of your business, tu coco, tu mente. You have to invest in yourself. That is how your business is going to grow. So I'm a single mom with 2 amazing boys. I'm an immigrant. You can tell on my accent too. And this is the new American. If you were in that, those you know, as I tell my clients, I don't know which of the two, this one. If you learn to roll your R's, va a traer mucha plata, billullo, dinero, muchos dólares, because that's the buying power of the Latino community right now. So let's talk a little bit. Like I said at the beginning, on the top. Sorry. 1 second. Done. ¿Ves lo que pasa cuando está la jefa aquí? Interrumpe.
Disculpen. I'm in marketing, so I had to make sure everything was perfect for you guys. You could see it well.
I promise I had it set up perfect until I don't know what happened technical-wise. Let's start again, and then I talk a lot, and they gave me 20 minutes, so please, I'm going to go como Speedy Gonzalez, and I hope you can follow up. But remember, I give about 3 to 5 workshops a month, so there's no excuses, and they're free, gratis. So as I said, we go to Google for everything, right? Especially this last 2 years since 2020. You know, I think for any company that was with no presence online, they decide that their business was either going to die or they would reinvent themselves. And going online is the way to do it. So it's very important. 80% of the growth in local businesses are because they are being able to be searched. So when you go to, like if I am in California and I wanted to go to my favorite place here in South Phoenix, Cocina Madrigal, and I'm looking for Mexican food close to me, it's not the right way to do it, right? Because I'm going to be in California. So that's very important to use the word local or close to me when we do the search. And 80% of the results are going to come up with your business on top of that. That's very important. And 61% of our consumers also thinking about buying. How many of you guys are doing your grocery shopping, señoras? That's been a lifesaver for me. Imagine business owner, digital coach, two boys, que son dos, pero comen como un equipo de fútbol, right? So imagine that. So I order my groceries online. I go and get it. A little bit. I'm not getting anything right with this guy today. So gracias. Thank you so much. Here we go. So today, this is what we're going to learn. We're going to learn how the Google searches work. And actually, when you go into Google and you search for a word or a phrase or a place or yoga pants or, tacos, good tacos close to me, which is one of my favorites, I'll show you what goes behind the search, okay? Also, we're going to be reaching customers with search engine optimization, how to make sure that your website is optimized and you can really use it as your online store, even if you are not selling online. But that is, remember before, and I'm dating myself, the Yellow Pages, everybody would go there and would look for it. Well, now Google, it is that place now for us. But particular is that piece of the whole universe of internet that you own when you have your web page. So it's very important if you're a business owner to have that also. Create your business profile with Google. I mentioned a lot of what I do. I come from the world of radio, TV, and print. But 9 years ago, when I launched Mari Rabago Productions, to me was very important for my community to know the importance of using social media in the right way. And Google My Business Profile is exactly that. It's a platform, it's a social media platform for your business. That is not only que te digan, ay, qué bonito tu niño, mira qué lindo se ve con ese uniforme de fútbol. No, this is the way you're going to make money. You're going to reach customers online. And then also amplify the online advertising, Google Ads. And I have a hint for you on Google Ads that you can get free money with Google too when you start with Google Ads. Recap and resources. I am all about giving. Y me encanta la palabra gratis, como les dije. So let's learn a little bit of how Google search works, okay? So think about this amazing, incredible library that is in the area, right? In the internet. So it's a huge library with their millions and millions of books. And each of those books have an index. It have a group of like beauty salons on one of those books, and then you can say grocery stores on the other one. That's the way it's classified. When you type in a word or a phrase, behind the scenes, there's movements in fractions of seconds trying to get the results for the topic, the word, the phrase that you're looking for, and usually it would also identify the location that you are. So it's going to come up with the ones that are closest to you and that would be more relevant, the ones that have a better traction when it comes to Google. The end, this is what you're going to be getting on the search. There are 3 ways you're going to be showing up on Google. Text ads, which is the most common, right? If you are doing Google Ads and you're just doing the text ads, you're going to show in the first rectangle you see. Then there are organic results. And depending on your ranking, your SEO, how good it is, the standing, so your website, if you look for Mari Rabago Productions, most likely if you're here in the area, you'll see that show up in the search. And this is my favorite one. This is why I'm going to emphasize one of the things today. If you take anything away from my training today, make sure that if your business does not have a business profile with Google, make sure today you make that commitment to yourself that you open it. It's free and it's a great way to attract clients. I'll show you why in a little bit. So behind the scenes, like I said, this is what was going on. It's a little bit of an illustration of what I just told you. We're going to look for yoga pants in the search bar, and it's going to give you a lot of options, a lot of different places where they have los colores, the sizes, the materials, and so forth and so on, right? Now, recent customers with search engine optimization. That's very important because the organic results appears in that square as you saw. And that is the way that it's not gonna cost you money if you have your website optimized. That is very important for you to have. And I don't know about you guys, I do a lot of things, but when it comes to the website, I have a professional doing that, right? They know how to keep it up to date, they know how to optimize it and make sure that you're gonna be in the first rankings depending on your industry and your location. So that would be something that I highly recommend. So this is the way that search is going to be giving you the organic, but particular, when you appear, it's going to give options. So that's why it's so important to use keywords, to use phrases that relate to your business. So if somebody comes to Phoenix and asks and is searching for video production, most likely my company is going to show on that search also, because all the copy that I have in my website, what I do on my business profile, what I do on my social media, have those words included, right? It's not only included in part of the name of my company, but I make sure I use keywords and phrases throughout the presence that I have online. So the pages may change the ranking, but it's up to you. One word that my team, it kind of gets annoying sometimes, and my kids too, consistency. If we want to look good and be in shape, but we go to the gym once a week or once a month, it's not going to work, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to having consistency with your presence online. It's so important. Post at least 3 times a week. It's amazing if you can do it once a day. And we all have one of these. It doesn't have to be a professional, picture, a professional video. Just make sure you have consistency in how you communicate with your potential clients, retain the actual clients, and search for new ones with the presence online in Google. So search engine optimization is called SEO. It's one of the acronyms that most people refer to it. And this is the way that you can really make sure that you're going to be showing up in the organic results. Make sure your website is more visible. Connect with customers. A lot of you guys have your online stores within your website also. If you're selling products like Mia Cosmetics, I'm going to do a plug-in for our guest here from Linda Valenzuela Salon. She also designed her cosmetic line. So she has all this online and on her business profile where you can go ahead and purchase that. What we're trying to do with optimizing our presence online is making it easy for customers to find our products, to find our service, and obviously for us to make more money, right? Increase potential sales by appearing more prominently in the search results. That's why it's so important. You have a professional, you know how to make it work, and you're consistent, vigilant with that SEO. Also, content is key, like I said. I'm not going to stop emphasizing. Please be consistency in the posting, in the information, the copy, using your keywords. All of us, depending on the industry that we are, we have keywords, right? For an example, hair coloring, haircut, makeup, quinceañeras, bodas would be some of the keywords that people would find the business for Linda. So, adapt that to the type of business you have and the type of industry you are in. Use the page titles and descriptions. So important. Don't just add copy. Make sure you're doing a lot of the title and the description and be organized. I don't know about you guys, but have you ever visited a website de que no sabías dónde tenía ni pies ni cabeza, right? Dónde empezaba, how to move around, how to navigate. So that definitely is a distraction. And now we have this microwave society that if we don't get it in seconds, we're bored, we go to the next one, right? So we don't want your customers to change the page or go somewhere else. We want to be attracted, have everything organized and looking good. So this is one of the resources. Highly recommend you to take a screenshot or write it down. Google Trends, because with Google Trends, you can find out what are those searches. How are people looking for your products or service? What keywords, what phrases are they using for that? So it's very important. So go to g.com/trends. That's where you can get this. I urge you to explore it, to play with it, and this is going to save you a lot of time and give you amazing results too. How are we doing so far? Am I going too fast? Thank you. I got to catch up. and make up time. So explore Google Trends, like I said. You're going to go to the browser. You're going to use those keywords, those phrases. Like I said, makeup, haircut, hair coloring, quinceañeras, bodas would be some of the phrases or keywords that Linda would be using to also adjust the date range. When you go for the searches, also you can do that. You can modify that. Design for speed and usability. I don't know about you guys, but when I go, and especially I live on my phone, I do social media for my clients, right, Lynette? She's one of my clients here. I will do another plug-in. And if I cannot do it quick, I remember we're juggling too many things as entrepreneurs. We're mothers, we're fathers, we're leading a team, we're volunteer, in the PTO and so many other things. And plus, we have to get home, cook, and clean in many of the occasions. So to me, it's very important time to be effective with time. So make sure that your website has a quick response and is up to date. If you see in the search sheet, Test My Site is the place that you can use in your phone to see how good the speed of your website is, how quick it loads. Because if you're seeing the browsers keep going and going, those circles that is so annoying, we are in that microwave society nowadays. So this is the way that you can find out if the speed of your website is up to date. And there's going to be another way that you can retain customers or attract new customers because it's going to be quick to do. So Google Search Console, another of the important resources I have for you. Make sure you take a screenshot. Go to g.co/Search Console. This is where you're going to find the way to check your site for the new and updated content, to see how you're showing up in the searches, right? It is so important. These two resources can really modify the way the customers are connecting with you. And they're free. Did I mention that? Me encanta regalar lo que no es mío, que sea gratis, right? Soy la mayor de 9. No me quedaba mucho. Tenía que dar todo. So imagine that. So Google.com, it's another way. Obviously, I said Google is my friend, mi tío, mi compadre, anything I need. I mean, if I'm heartbroken, I go to Google. Go to YouTube and find one of those videos. So does your business show up? I would love for you to search the company of your name. Just do a quick search as an activity. I know all of you guys have your phones, and see how quick your company comes up, what ranking it has. It has 2 or 3 pages, so it's right on the top. It's so important for you to keep that up to date and know. Create your business profile. This is my favorite. I mean, I do everything in social media. I communicate with my community, I empower my community, and I bring those organizations and business and match them up with the right customers through a storytelling, which is my passion. But if it wasn't for business profile, I'll tell you a quick story, and it's 8 minutes. I still have time. So this lady came to one of my workshops. She's an owner of a jewelry store locally, and she was about to close her place or location, so physical location. With the pandemic, a lot of things, happened. A lot of business closed. Hers was one of them. But she happened to show up one day because somebody invited to one of my workshops that I do virtually. Well, thanks to creating her business profile, now her business is thriving. She's getting customers from all over the country. She was Saturday here with us giving her testimony. She's excited only because she learned one thing in my workshop. So make sure you take one thing today, but you start applying it and being consistent with it. This is the way you're going to connect. You're going to showcase all your products, your service. You're going to tell the story. Don't allow anybody else to tell the story of your business. You own it. Y recuerda que tu historia tiene poder. So important. You tell the people why you started. You show them on the services. You show them your products and pictures and videos. And this is the way people are going to trust you. They're going to connect with you. And they're going to buy from you. Okay? So Google My Business. You go to google.com/business. And it's so simple. It's a free tool with Google. It's like creating your Instagram, your Facebook. But this is your professional profile for your business, and it works the same way. It has a lot more than your typical Facebook or Instagram, and you will have a way that people can find you, like I show you beginning of this conversation with the search on Google. Well, imagine who is going to click on a text ad, or if I have a beautiful picture there and attract it. If I'm selling, quinceañera dresses, where will you go, to the text ad or to the picture? Or if there's a 30-second video running, definitely. Video is king, they say nowadays, and a word speaks more than 1,000 words. So utilize that to be attractive. It's like estás enamorando al cliente, right? The same way. So show them all that you are about, all that you have to offer in services and products, and my business profile is going to allow you to do that. You see one of the functionalities, they can actually call you. When you set up your business profile, you can, you come up in the search, they'll press the little phone icon, and they're going to directly to your business, right? Para que vean lo que hace cuando me apuro. And then think in Spanish and English at the same time. So it's going to give directions, how close you are to those people that are doing the search. It's also going to give you the opportunity to showcase your website also. So you're going to be getting more traction, more traffic to your website. And one of the functionalities that I'll be talking to you once you complete all this information with your business profile, when you get it up to date, is very easy. I don't have the time to show you today because we're in time range, but you can come to one of my free workshops. They're virtual. From anywhere in the country, in the world, you can join them. So I'll tell you how to find me in a second. So another option that I know Linda's using, and she'll talk to you about it, is booking. So if you have a business like, makeup artist or nail salon, so your clients or future clients can actually go and book an appointment with you from your business profile. They can text you. So if you're going to add that part, make sure that you are receptive, you are attentive to your phone, and you communicate, right? There's worse part than when you leave in a message or texting somebody and not getting a response, especially when you know you're going to be losing money, right? Because that client is going to move on. So those of you guys are out of town, you look for hair salons in the area, most likely you were going to be getting Linda Valenzuela Salon. You can text her, you can book an appointment for the gala with her in her team. So that's an easy way to do it, right? And thanks to her having the business profile. So, questions so far? No? Yes? Igual, exacto. Es lo mismo. Sería igual. No. Right. A lot of our workshops, and if you can tell on my accent, I do is in Spanish. Like I have unlimited potential. I know I do some Spanish trainings also with Fuerza Local. Locally, there's so different partners of Google. So they request me, I come and do the trainings, and we do them in Spanish. So it's the same thing here. So we're bilingual. Reditúa el hablar español, dice. Una pregunta más. The business profile, you have a physical location. Yes, Unlimited Potential, one of my partners, is a nonprofit, Fuerza Locales, and they do have their business profile. And it's very simple to set up. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that as a workshop out of itself. But again, follow me. You'll see when I'm doing those workshops, English and Spanish, and you're more welcome to join. Son gratis, okay? Thank you. I want to make sure you guys get it, that it's son gratis. They're free. So this is where you're going to be using your business profile. You're going to be posting, like I said, take pictures. Linda does this. If I'm rushing, she pulls me back, takes a picture of how my hair looks or the color that she put that day, and upload it. And then they'll come, oh, I want the hair like Mario. I want the hair like that quinceañera that you have. And they'll bring it to them. So important. I cannot emphasize. Consistency in that posting. Nobody can tell the story better than yourself of what you do, the products or service you offer, because that's your passion. Tell the people why you started doing what you're doing. Remember that they connect to the heartstrings, right? Reviews. So just like when you have on your regular social media platforms and they leave you comments, at the video or the picture that you posted, well, clients can do the same thing. So make sure you have happy clients and they speak highly about you, because I don't know about you, but before I go to a tailor, before I go to any services that I'm looking at, and I did a search on Google, I go to the reviews and see what people are talking about it, what they're saying, right? Nos encanta saber. Recomendación de boca a boca es muy importante, and that's where you can find it. So make sure you have the ethical process of replying to those reviews. Even if you have an angry client, we apologize for your experience. We want to make it better to you. We offer you a 25% discount. Come back again. We'll give you a free session, or we'll do a free makeup for you, or something like that. So make sure you're always consistent in answering those reviews, those comments. Messaging. So once you open your business profile, it's going to give you the opportunity or the option to go ahead and activate the messaging. So those clients that are finding you on Google searches are going to be able to text you directly to your phone. You decide if you want to do that. If you do, make sure you reply and you have somebody looking into those messaging, okay? Oop. Did I went backwards? Here we go. So the next thing I want, and this is an activity that you can do later on, once you create your business profile, I'll tell you my story. When I started, I didn't know nothing that I know about Google now. I wasn't with Google 9 years ago when I started my company, and I had a team. I had a team that did most of the things for my business. Somebody opened the business profile for me, and when that person was no longer in my company, the owner of that company, could not access my business profile. It's something that happens very common in our community, porque lo dejamos que el niño, la vecina, el papá, somebody else in our family takes over or our business. I've been there, done that. Please make sure that you're going to open your business profiles in any other account with the same Gmail for your business. And nobody has access to that email but you, but you can have people managing your business profile. There's a way that you can give access to them so they can go ahead and do it, okay? Once you complete it, make sure that you can use the option for the text or the postcard. If you use the option for the postcard, it's going to take you about 5 to 14 days. It's going to send you a code, and then you input that code in your account of My Business Profile, and you're going to be active. I recommend the text. Why wait 5 or 14 days, right? But it's up to you guys on that option. So amplify with online advertising. Who has used Google Ads here? Show of hands, Google Ads. Okay, well, if you haven't used it and you open your account of Google Ads, which is free to open, they'll give you a credit so you can start advertising with Google gratis. There we go again. Sí, me encanta regalar lo que no es mío y Google me da la oportunidad que lo haga. Vamos a skip this part. Yeah, we don't have time for the video, but I'll show it to you in one of my virtual workshops, okay? So ads appear in Google and partners' websites. Okay, with the Google Ads, you're not only going to be showing up on the search of Google, you're going to be showing up in other people's websites or platforms also. So I don't know if you ever been looking for something in your internet and all of a sudden you're getting, pop-ups, videos, or click here for this or that. Well, that's the way the Google Ads work. So it has a way that you can design the area where you want to advertise. You're using the keywords, so important also. The copy that you write tiene que ser como el dermatólogo, directo al grano, right? Don't go too much, and it has a limit of words, just like, Twitter or something like that. It will give you only a few words. Control the budget. You can start with $6 a day, $50 a month. Be vigilant. You can edit at any time. It's the same way as, just establishing the Google Ad account. That is the link, g.co/ads. It's very simple. It guides you through it. And you have the option also to choose the way that you want to do ads. I would do smart campaigns, and that's what I still do. And I also do Google advertising, Google Ads for a lot of my clients. And I'm still with the smart campaigns because it's so easy to plug in. You're going to be telling, what to do. It's mostly preset. They know what you're looking for as a business owner. It's simple to do. And voila, in less than 5-10 minutes, you already created your first Google ad. You can edit it. You can view. You're going to be getting analytics if you connect it to your analytic account. That's another workshop. I'm just trying to make sure I engage you, and you can come and get some of my information with the different virtual workshops we do. Smart campaigns, like they say, you're going to decide because it's going to give you a checklist. So I want this, 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 and that. It's like when you're going to, one of those buffets that they're doing those omelets. Have you been there on vacation? My mind is in vacation already, so I want to be there. So you choose what you want, the ingredients you want in your omelet, right? So it's the same thing, the way you're going to work with this. That connect your business profile. So if you're going to be using Google Ads, I highly recommend you add your business profile, because every people that find your search, guess where they're going to be going? Your Google profile. And where's your Google profile? Is your territory, your land in the virtual world. Just like you have your office front, if you have a restaurant, you have a salon, whatever your company is, it's the same way. My business profile is your, piece of the universe within the internet world. So write a compelling ad. Acuérdese, directo al grano, como el dermatólogo. Quick, easy to understand, using the keywords that reflect your business or the type of industry you are. Choose also the daily budget, like I mentioned, and voila, you can launch. So another thing is so important for you to make sure that you decide the goal of your business, your Google ad. You want them to come to your website. You want them to come to your store. You want them to call you. So you decide that what is it the goal of your Google ad. In that way, you can choose and be vigilant to those calls of people that are going to be coming to your front door, right? If you already have a business profile, it's very important for you to use it, to include it in the business ad, and it'll give you the option there, right? No, don't use it or use it. It's your selection. It's pick and choose everything. Es como buscando novio o novia, ¿verdad? Esta sí, esta no, esta la mejor. It's the same way. So, están despiertos, qué bueno, ya me estaban preocupando. Dije, ya me los aburrí. So, enter your business name. Well, a lot of us do businesses or have DBAs, right? So I'm registered as Mari Rabago LLC, but I do business as Mari Rabago Productions, Mari Rabago Agency. So you gotta make sure that you're gonna choose the name that you want people to know you, and reflects also your website or your location. I was smart. I had 20 years of branding in Univision. Why change it if it's not broken, right? So that's why my name of the company includes my name, because whether you choose for Mari Rabago Productions or just myself and you want to know about me, you're going to get all the information from my business. So think about that if you are not a business owner yet and you're thinking of launching your own business. Just an extra tip there. How are we doing in time, Roberto? Me tiene de nervios, está enfrente como que ya apúrale. Es el gendarme hoy. So, in other words, also make sure you type your website address perfectly, correct? Because if not, if you choose the goal to come to your website and you did a typo, that money is going in the trash. You're not getting anybody in your website. So make sure you double check, triple check it. Very important. And also, you're going to be able to see the ad before you put it public, right? Or you publish it. So if it's a picture, an offer like 25% discount on, gown dresses or, yoga pants, whatever it is, you're going to be able to see that. You can use video, 30-second videos, or you can use pictures and, unlimited in that aspect. So you're going to be able to see what the different users or searchers are going to see in their phones and a tablet and also on desktops. Write your ad. Did I say directo al grano? I mentioned it a couple times, right? Very specific, concise, precise, and also appealing. Why would I even stop to see your advertising? What am I going to win or get extra if I go to your store or buy from you? So include all those things in there, right? Review keyword teams. Well, this is very easy because you can go to Google and find out what are the most common searches for the type of products or service that you're offering and include those keywords within the copy of your ad. That way, it gives you more opportunity of your ad to show up in the searches. Where can your ads appear? Like I said, advertise specific zip codes. Like if I'm selling tamales and I'm not shipping them out to California or Sonora where my family is, I'm going to make sure I specify the region. So if I am in Buckeye with where my family lives and I want to take them to dinner, I'm not going to look for a restaurant in Tucson because that was going to be at least 2-hour drive, right? So make sure you search the area of service when you are going to place the ad. What area do you want? Now, if you're an online business and you can ship to all United States, well, the more the merrier. So that's good. So set a daily budget. Like I said, you can start with $6 a day, $10 a day. You see the movement, what is attracting, what is working. You can modify, you can edit it anytime. So it's not set as in stone, right? Review your campaign and launch, very important. So give it a couple of days to see how it's working once you launch your first campaign. And the best thing I can tell you, when you open your Google Ads, they're gonna give you a $500. Don't tell my boss that I said, but it's $500 that will give you. And you can play with those $500 and do things different within Google Ads so you know what works. And then when you put your own money, ya vas a saber qué funciona, ¿correcto? So now what? Create a variation. You can change, you can modify, you can use video for one of the ads, you can use a picture for the other ad, and then why not? Try the copy ads only. You never know. A ver qué pega, ¿verdad? So that's the options that you have. Use the negative keywords. Things that you don't want people to look for you or would not like to include, use that because that way you exclude them from the searches. And connect with Google Analytics. So Google Analytics, you can figure it out. It tells you, it's like the back end of your ad, and it tells you where people are coming from, where are they searching more for your topic, what action do they take? Do they see their ad and click on your website, or they text you, or they call you, depending on the call to action that you have? So this is where you're going to review how good or how bad your ad did, and what can you do to improve it, to make it better, okay? Recap and resources. Ya mero, ahí voy. Este norteño me trae corriendo hoy. 3 ways to appear on Google. This is what we learned at the beginning, right? Text ad, organic results, SEO, very important to show up in the organic results, and my business profile. If you don't do anything after this workshop, make sure you open your business profile. If you're a nonprofit, you are a small business, you can even start your business profile even if you haven't started your business. You can say coming soon in 6 months, in 3 months. So it's a great advertising. Get your website to appear in Google. Remember, those are some of the links that I would highly recommend you take a screenshot of this. Also, remember, creating your business profile is like having an online store in many ways. And don't forget about the $500 that you can get with Google Ads when you register your account. It may vary the amount. It could be 3, 5, because I see Lucy, I don't remember if it was 5 or 3. It's 500. I checked before. I helped somebody install it, so I know it was 500. Another screenshot of this, please make sure you take it. This is all the resources that I have given in this workshop. I would love to see you in one of my upcoming workshops, and this is great. ¿Otra vez? No, espérame, ahí está. Ay, mira qué bonito se ven todos. ¡Qué aplicados! ¡Bravo! Si están poniendo atención y les gusta lo gratis como a mí también. Vamos bien, entonces. I may? Okay. So this is another app you're going to have to get. It's free. It has a lot of trainings in marketing, which is my forte, in communicating and how to handle your business. And it's Primer. So you're going to go to g.com/primer. You're going to download it. Cuando esté esperando pagar en la tienda, señora, in the grocery store, because I know working moms, we don't have much time, get your phone, and instead of scrolling to your social media, learn something with Primer. That is a great way, and it's free. Did I mention that? So Google Career Certificates, I had to get all the coaches, but you have access to this too. And there are scholarships for companies up to, I think, 1,500 scholarships per company or nonprofits. So you can have your employees take these classes so they can have their certificate, official certificates with Google. If you're looking for a new job, this is great in your resume. You're going to be able to learn about data analytics, digital marketing, e-commerce. I always need more people in my company. IT support, the project management, and also unique experience design or unique user. I was getting close, something like that. So continue your education, Grow on Air on Google. You can go to Grow on Air. And all these type of workshops that we do, there are a lot of videos. Like I said, if you want your business to grow, you have to invest in yourself. You need to learn. Even if you're going to have somebody in your company doing that work for you, al ojo del amo engorda el caballo, right? Soy de pueblo. So it's very important for you to keep that in mind. And you are able to vigilant, see what your employees are doing. Grow with Google was created for people like you and me. small business owner, entrepreneurs, for people looking for bettering in the job world, and so many other options. And it is time to take action. Really quick, what are you going to do? One thing you're going to do today. Who can? Gracias. Sí estaban poniendo atención. My business profile, definitely. Thank you so much. It's been an honor to serve you today with Grow with Google. And it is time. I'm from el norte de México. Soy de Sonora, pero a mí me faltó fertilizante. En Chihuahua sí había más. Vamos a darle la bienvenida a Roberto Martínez, our Grow with Google Digital Coach with California. Gracias, Roberto.
Good job.
Thank you.
So let's hear it from Mari one more time.
Okay, perfect.
So we have about 10 minutes for Q&A. How many of us have some questions? Amazing content here, especially when it comes to the Google Business Profile, completely free. Anyone has any questions, want to give the stage to Mari and allow you guys to answer?
Gracias.
Yes.
Ahora sí, dígame. My pleasure. It all varies. It changes. Let me give you an example. So we love las loncheras, ¿verdad? So most of us go and get a taquitos really quick para una, taco truck. So they're mobile. They move places. But if they're the same days and the same location, let's say Tacos Los Yaquis, which I love, they're from Sonora too. They're going to be in the corner of Van Buren and 3rd Street every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., for those party, and not me, right? But the ones that go to party, they can have their business profile as long as they have a set location. So there are different restrictions with it, and you don't really need to have a physical location, but it all depends on the type of business. Once you go and try to establish your business profile, it's going to give you all the requirements, and then you will know if it's for you or not.
I'll also add to that. So when you are creating a Google Business Profile, there's also the option to create you identify that you're a service-based business. Mm-hmm. You will still need those addresses that Mari is mentioning, but there's an option for you to hide that address. So you can still create a profile. It won't necessarily show the address. You will need the business address, but you can select that you're a service-based business, and it'll give you that option.
Thank you, Lucille. And one of the examples, when I started Mari Rabaga Productions, I was a mobile. I used to be in the corner of the radio station with Laura Madrid because I didn't have an office. I didn't have space, I was starting a business just like many of you guys, con una mano enfrente y otra atrás, no había mucho. So I had a business profile, but we didn't show the location exactly. That's the example that Lucy gave you. Thank you for the question. ¿Quién más? ¿Quién dijo yo?
Hi, good morning. My name is Danny Martinez with Apex Business Consulting. I do use Google Analytics for my website. Is there like a cheat sheet to really understand all the other stuff that comes up when you bring up your Google Analytics? It has all these graphs and all this stuff, but sometimes you just don't understand, like, what does it actually mean? And is there like a reference?
Come to one of my virtual workshops.
Sounds good. We'll do.
We'll show you there. It's very simple. Like I said, we're 20 coaches across the country. Once you go to our landing page, that it was right there, and if not, I'll share it with you. Just Digital Coaches, Grow with Google Digital Coaches. You'll find all of us there, the different time zones and scheduling. One more question. ¿Quién más? Alguien de acá, no han participado, están muy calladitos aquí al lado. Anybody has a question on this side? Oh. Landing page. You can go to
grow.google/digital coaches, and you'll see the full list of coaches that we have across markets. So Mari's here in Arizona, Roberto in California, but we have Vicente Pimienta. I don't know if anyone from Florida is here, but
yes.
He is out there also doing workshops in English and Spanish. Texas, Illinois, New York. Yeah, so
we're all over the place.
Go there and you can find our list of coaches. We have one more question, I think, over there.
Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor for us, the group of Google, serving you today.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Ruth Sobranes. I'm with the U.S. Commercial Service, which is a government agency that supports companies to grow their international sales. And so we hear from clients all the time, especially the past couple years, about how they really need to grow their online presence in order to grow their international sales. So I'm curious, and we do also support companies in doing so with different tools such as a website globalization review. But we'd love to hear more about how your tools at Google can help support our clients with that.
Well, there's no limitations. I'll tell you, my virtual workshops are attended from people from Chile, from Mexico, from Peru. And when you establish the section of where your service area is, if you're an international company and you service customers all across, the Latin America or even Europe, you can add that, you can put that. So there's no limitations, and those are the service. There's a lot of programs within Google that can help you with that, and I saw that Roberto jumped to the rescue there too. So, any other questions? The lady in red? There's a mic. Give me 1 second so they can hear your question. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Very informational. Thank you so much. My name is Doreen Dominguez, and many times our businesses are connected to our personal profile. So what suggestions do you have in terms of putting together a personal profile that links to your business?
Personal profile for social media, you mean?
For social, so if you Google, right?
Yes.
Everybody,
Yep.
you come up, right?
Yes.
Right. I have my business profile, which is stellar. But when my personal profile comes up
On the Google search?
on the Google
I'll
search,
tell you what I told my niece. If you don't want your mama to see it, don't post it. Simple as that.
No.
Because
But
in
let
the
me-
search, your
let me say
profile
this.
will show up.
Right, right. But I don't post.
You don't post.
Other people post, so it goes on my profile.
That's
so-
the internet. That's the
Okay,
internet.
so it's not
Unfortunately,
Google, okay.
there is a way that you can do security also.
Is your
It's a
Google
Google
business
search.
profile, it's linked to your personal Gmail account? Or do you have two business profiles, one for your business and one for your personal?
No, she's talking about when somebody Googles her name or the company, and she doesn't post on social media, but other people have pictures or information of her. So on the search, she doesn't only come up with a professional image, but if she was a neck worth, all the information. Yeah.
So
Well,
what happens is when you're very visible online and people love you, they tend to tag you on their images and then upload those images on their website. Google scrapes websites and pick up the name that they had tagged to, so your name. And so now on Google Images, your image will pop up. That's outside the control of Google. It's not really something we can control, but that's what's going on. If you know that organization that tagged you and you do not want them to tag you and have that image, you could reach out to them and ask them to take that down.
yes.
That's the best
Unfortunately,
advice
there's
we
no
have.
control of that. Yes. Thank you. Any other question? We have time for one more?
But, excuse me, just quick question. How can we get access to your presentation?
How do we have access to my presentation? Landing page. Digital coaches with Grow with Google. You find all of them there, and then you click on the one that you choose Robert or me or any of the other coaches, and it's going to show up all the different schedule that we have for the month. Each of us do from 3 to 5 workshops a month, and you can attend all of them if you have the time. And they're free.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We're going to share the presentation with USHCC, so make sure you reach out to your point of contact there so we can give you access to those websites in PDF form, obviously. Yeah.
¿Más preguntas o terminamos? Ya. ¿Más? No. ¿Seguro? Ya me ves emocionado. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference, and it's been an honor to serve you today. Muy buen día, pero no se me vayan porque viene algo lo bueno. Les hablé del grandote de Chihuahua que viene a hablarles también aquí. Adelante, Roberto Martínez.
We are transitioning to a panel, so this workshop has not ended yet. So just so you know. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Can you guys hear me? Wasn't Mari amazing? So much content, so much information. All right, so I want to see a show of hands. I want to know who's in the audience. It's going to help us provide you a better panel. How many of us are small business owners? All right. How many of us are chamber members and have chamber organizations? How many of us are corporate? Okay, so we got a nice little healthy mix. Very, very excited. that you guys are here. We're going to bring up some amazing panelists to talk to you from those three perspectives. We have someone who's a small business owner. Let's hear it for Linda. Where's she? Linda, come on up. Linda Valenzuela Salons. Feel free to sit in the middle.
In the middle? Okay.
Yes. Next, I'd love to invite a good friend of mine from Los Angeles, current president of LA Latino Chamber of Commerce, Daryl Salceda. Daryl. Last but certainly not least, a near and dear friend of mine. His chamber has done amazing work throughout the state of Illinois. My good friend, Jaime Di Paolo. Jaime. All right. Thank you all for being here and joining us today. I am going to start and allow you guys to provide an introduction to your organization, your company, your chamber. Let's start with Linda. Linda, can you tell us a little bit about your salon and what you do?
My name is Linda Valenzuela, and I have a beauty salon. I'm the owner. It's been open since 1999, so my business is very different without Google in 1999 than now that I've taken all the classes with Mari Rabago.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Linda. Let's move on to Daryl. Daryl, can you tell us a little bit about the chamber and your work with the chamber and what you do?
Sure. Thank you all for inviting me to speak to you. My name is Daryl Salceda. I'm the chairman of the Los Angeles Latino Chamber of Commerce. I also chair one of the second largest workforce development in the country, LA Workforce Development Chairman of the Board as well. So we are based out of Santa Fe Springs, California. And okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. And last but certainly not least, Jaime.
Yeah, thank you. Jaime Di Paolo, I'm the presidency of the Illinois Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, arguably the biggest chamber of commerce in terms of members in the whole Midwest. We have about 5,000 members that we serve day in, day out. We have a staff of 20 full-time employees and about 8 full-time consultants. So as a chamber, we're pretty big, and we have mastered these Google tools in a way that's the way we do business day to day. So I'm happy to talk about that.
No, this is great, and that's exactly what we want to talk to you all today is it's not just good enough to be online. Mari touched on a little bit about the importance of having your online presence, building that online presence. I want to touch a little bit on that. If you'll allow me to expand and ask you, Linda, how has Google tools and training helped you as a small business owner?
Well, as a small business owner, and especially after the pandemic, we were struggling to get more clients, and we had clients, but now we needed volume because some people were slowly coming. So started taking the classes with Mari Rabago, and it opened all these new clients for my business, because as soon as I opened my business profile with Google, I started getting all these phone calls and messages, phone calls, even calls, phone calls, that would impress me because I never thought people would, press the button call. But when I did my business profile, I chose to allow that, and people searching for my business, for beauty salons around them, and they found me. So it's been very eye-opener because I never thought that just with these new tools that I was implementing, because I was already using the slides, I was already using the Drive, and any of you guys use Google Drive? Yeah, I love it because when I learned about it, now my business, my internal business, because I'm a hairstylist, I have 2 sides, right? The one where I'm doing makeup and I'm doing the haircuts, and then I have my business, which is marketing, the accounting, all that stuff. I was able to unite everything in that Drive, and I was, not going from one file to the other or different places. So it's been wonderful for me.
No, I absolutely love what you're commenting on. It's Google productivity tools. It's extremely important for us to have everything in one place that we can access and leverage our businesses, because we're entrepreneurs, or we have side hustles that become full-time jobs. And so I love hearing that. Love hearing that you created some continuity between the two companies in a centralized place like Google Drive. Jaime, I'd love to turn it over to you and talk a little bit about your chamber. We have some chamber members here. You're one of the most progressive chambers that I've ever come across. I've been with Google, working with Google for the past 5 years, and Illinois is always top of mind. I've always known that you guys were very proactive. They secured and helped sustain about 18,000 businesses in the state of Illinois through the chamber. So amazing work, Jaime. I commend you for all that work. How can other chambers create programming to sustain those businesses, to help them? And how can Google assist you, because we're partners, to keep that productivity running and help our businesses not just scale but thrive in post-pandemic America?
Well, thank you. All we do in the chamber is help businesses, and that's what we do. And we don't leave that lane. I mean, there's good people that do immigration, health, and there's very few of us that take care of small businesses, and that's all we do. And my incredible staff here, 2 of them right here. But everything we do is data, data, data. You heard it this morning. It's all about tracking data, and Google has these incredible tools, analytics, that we do master that data. Darlene Dominguez was talking about how this Google profile can become your capability statement, and that's what you need to access government contracting. So that's the start in creating your capability statement, this profile thing. So everything we do is track data. We actually know how many emails we get every day. We know what's the percentage of responses we get every day, and we tracked all that. That's what it makes us better than most, because we learn how to track the data using the Google tool. So if you're a chamber, please do that. It's going to make you look better. And also, you can look at your productivity of your employees. How much time they're on the phone, how many emails they have sent. And it's not like we're overseeing people. We just want to become more efficient to serve our members. So in using those tools, they're at no cost to you. It's incredible resources, because chambers are very small as a whole, and there's a big need to help small businesses. So please use those tools and contact those coaches. They're at your disposals in your area.
No, I love that, Jaime. Productivity tools, operational excellence. How can we as a chamber understand our community to better serve our community? And using that data piece is extremely important. A gentleman in the back was making some comments about, how do I understand Google Analytics? We have free online courses you can take at no cost to you through Google, and you can learn how to leverage and use that Google Analytics tool to better understand your audience.
For example, you can actually learn how, one of the tools we use is when we post, we know when you're opening up your emails, what time of the day, what type of emails you need. For example, on Sundays, we put a story about a business family, right? Because it's a family day. On Mondays, it's all business. So in particular times and days, through Google Analytics, you can actually figure out when you guys are reading the emails in the morning. If you get an email at 3 in the morning, you're not going to read it. But if you get it at 7:30 when you're drinking coffee, you are going to read it. So we know that. So every email you get from us, or every post, is because we have done the research behind the analytic data that Google proposed.
Absolutely love it. Como dije a mi abuelita, fríamente calculado todo, right? Like, we know exactly when you're waking up. It's a really important point there. It's understanding your audience and then communicating to your audience when they're ready to hear from you. So shooting out emails at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock when you're drinking your cafecito. Now let's take that concept and that idea, how do we improve our operational excellence as a chamber, and flip it on its head and move it over to Daryl. Daryl, can you talk to us a little bit about how your chamber is able to upskill and train small businesses so they can leverage exactly what Jaime was talking about, productivity tools and digital tools?
Unlike the Chamber of Illinois, our chamber is more focused in advancing small businesses. So we're really aggressive in the business development arena, contract ready arena. LA is a big town. Just alone in the Los Angeles area, we're a population of 19 million people. So what we've done is we've trained our chambers to understand that time is money. We can commute 15 miles and it takes you a couple of hours, right? So utilizing the tools of Google, being able to, not that it's legal, but we'll get on our phones and open up a form or a profile, and we're working as we're driving up there. So time is money. We just want to make sure that our business owners or our membership is intact with Google. Most of our documentation, our webinars, we call our sessions on demand. So you could be home and it could be 10 o'clock. You're unwinding and you're able to take advantage of those webinars that are no cost. We believe also that, and I've been on the Illinois Chamber website, and I visit El Paso, all the websites. We don't want to reinvent the wheel, and Google has on demand has been able to just hit a website, and we're able to learn what everybody else is doing, so that we can improve information to our membership. So that's kind of the way we're doing it at the LA Latino Chamber of Commerce.
No, I absolutely love that idea of productivity tools, because it's so important to realize post-pandemic, the world's changed. We all know how much the world's changed since then. One of our biggest pushes here at Google is to help build capacity for our community. 60% of the businesses pre-pandemic had to do that switch and become digitized, get that online presence. Now we're at 40%, we're trending the right direction. But we also feel there's certain opportunity gaps like financing. How do we bring financing tools to our business community? How do we help them receive that capital through whatever third-party channel is possible? So what we focused on is financial tools in the form of Google Sheets. I don't know how many of us use Google Drive and Google Sheets. We have some folks in the audience, and they have budgets there. They have Excel sheets that walk through balance sheets. They even have a pitch deck if you want to go out there and raise money. Linda, have you been able to use some of those productivity Excel sheet tools or Google Sheet tools?
Yes, and I'm going to be repeating what Mari Rabaco said because I've taken so many of her classes. And one of the things that I'm really thankful for that Google did is that, as a business, again, I do the hair, I do the makeup, but then the administration is where I'm not the best. And when I knew I needed to do more in that part of my business, those classes, those trainings, and that's what helped us. So I really appreciate you guys really understanding what we need, the small businesses. In my case, I felt like I had a guidance, and because sometimes it scares me, touching the computer. And another thing that I really enjoy is that, I don't even need the computer with my phone, because some of us are better at the phone than the computer. So I'm able to have everything because of the Drive. And so again, I was using the sheets, and I was using all of that, but by taking the training, I learned other things, because sometimes I was just doing the same things over and over, but then I learned other things that helped my business. And then having them in my phone, with the Drive, if my accountant would say, like, send me this, and I'd be like, grab my phone, they're done. So it's just very helpful. I don't have to, it just feels very easy once you know.
I want to touch on that and kind of double down on that, because I think some of us are solopreneurs, but as we're growing our company, we start realizing we need to bring people in. Can you share a little bit about how you use those productivity tools to share with your internal team and then the external team? Mari was about to share that deck with everyone here. She was going to share it. I don't know if you saw her in the beginning. I absolutely love that. Can you talk about how you share those productivity tools?
So, for example, I have a team of stylists, and we do a lot of makeup and hair for weddings. And we have a contract that I have to send to my brides. They have to send it back to me. And then once we have a schedule, what time we're going to start, and the address, all the details, I just share it to my stylists. They all know where to go. If there's a change, I just change it on the doc. It appears to them as a change because I share the document, and it's done. I don't have to talk to all of them. I don't have to, it's just very simple. That's one of my favorite ones. And then the slides, when I have a presentation with them, we're using new products or new ways of training. It's just like, there are templates too. So then I just follow the template, and very easy for somebody that is not very tech savvy.
No, I absolutely love that. You're able to bring in your team together, leverage that team, and lower your operational costs by sharing the information instantly and immediately. Darrow, I want to double down on that idea as well. As we start building capacity, as we start building our companies, and we have to have the financials in order, what kind of training have we done historically? I know we work very closely. It takes a village to grow, and we understand that. So when we work with folks like the LA Latino Chamber of Commerce, you're able to bring in other third-party partners in so that we could run training. Can you walk us a little bit about that in the past year and how we work together with Google and LA Latino Chamber of Commerce?
Sure. So this year, we've partnered with yourself, Google, and US Bank. And what we've done is we did a two-part series of access to capital and the difference between different loans and microloans, joint venture loans. We've had different partnering banks to come to educate our membership on the difference in loans and how it's going to impact you long term or short term. So it's we've advanced a lot of education with our small businesses through Google platform, and we really appreciate all the support you give us at our chamber. And as you know, they were sharing earlier, you know, it's just your time. You know, it's really no cost to get on our webinars. If anybody here wants to tap into our on-demand or other websites, you know, we'd be happy to provide our information on how it's happening in LA. We like to think that we move a little quick. You know, I know Chicago's another big city, you know, but we have a lot. We have a lot of stuff going on, and I enjoy watching your website.
Yeah.
Spite on you.
And Daryl, I absolutely can't agree more. It's sometimes we have a lot of pressure, and we're growing our companies, and we don't have the time to set up the time and watch those webinars at the right time, at the right place. So what they've done is allow us as a small business to go to their LA Latino Chamber of Commerce and then consume that content when we're ready. So I absolutely love that. I want to turn it over to Jaime as well. Jaime, you know, the world has changed post-COVID. We need to do more with less. The Great Resignation affected everyone across the board. How has your chamber been able to create programming for those type of productivity tools? You've done amazing work. I think you're one of the most proactive chambers that I've seen when you're doing different trade missions and allowing your members to join you on that journey. And it's all around productivity. It's all around how to scale, how to transform your company. Can you talk a little bit about those programming tools that you've been leveraging within the state of Illinois?
Yeah, well, for example, you know, this one thing we have learned about the pandemic is small businesses through the internet can actually compete with the big box stores. Mm-hmm. One example of a Ferreteria in the corner, if you have Google tools, the website in place, in advertisement and Google dollars, you can actually compete with Home Depot on the internet. Think about that. Think about you're no longer in the neighborhood. You're doing business worldwide thanks to the Google tools. And that's the opportunity for every business owner out here. You know, it's no longer your little corner store in the neighborhood. It's now. So, speaking about technology.
Not a Google product.
So we have learned to do that. For example, the other day, I was in Mexico City with the Chicago mayor. She wanted to go visit the Guadalupe Shrine. And the U.S. ambassador happened to show up, Ken Salazar, and they started talking in Spanish, and then she started, what is he talking about? And there's a lot of commotion, so guess what? I opened my app and opened Google Translate. So there we're having a conversation, and the mayor is actually understanding exactly what she's saying. Bank CEO was there with us, and he's already getting it too. So these are the tools you have at your hand at no cost. And it really makes your life a lot easier. So that's the kind of stuff that we do. We also learn, for example, in the city of Chicago, you know, everybody is wondering where the employees went. And I don't know if you're an employer, but probably Darlene's wondering, where's all my workers went? Well, they became entrepreneurs. We grabbed some data from the city, and we figured out that because of the pandemic, the amount of business licenses went up 400%. So that tells us people are out there doing business, and they're not opening up businesses. They're doing businesses through the websites. They're selling pancakes. They're offering services.
Wait, again.
So using those
Resiliency.
tools,
I love it.
So using those tools at your advantage, please do that, because it's only going to make you better as a business owner. And if you can, just reach out to your local chambers. We are here to help. We get paid another way. We got grants from this government, from you know, we are fortunate enough to be one of the Navigator programs, and Marisa is the director. She's out there knocking our doors, and one of the tools that we use is real-time data. Yeah. Because what happened in the census is too late. People need help right then, Access to capital is a big issue. If you track the real-time data and you can use the Google tools, that's the way to do it. And through her team is actually walking business district and figuring that out. So.
Yeah. No, and let me dwell on that a little bit more, because I love what you're saying. We saw resignation, and really what we saw is empowerment. People say it's resignation. It's empowerment to take your own economic capabilities and say, hey, I trust myself in being able to feed myself and my family. I'm going to launch my company. I'm going to launch it using tools. Google's part of that journey. The chambers are part of that journey. Absolutely love that. I want to touch a little bit more. What recommendations would you give to those chamber members who are here? You saw some huge success of helping create and sustain jobs. What recommendations would you give those chamber members here so that they could understand how to not just help our small business, but get them to thrive?
Well, everybody heard about the PPP fiasco, right? So when the SBA talks about small business, they're talking about a business of 500 employees or less. Just put that in your mind for a minute. And in the United States, the average employees that Latino businesses have are less than 10 employees. So when the SBA is talking about 500 employees or less, we're not even on the picture, right? So we're not on the picture. So we need to take advantage of our local chambers and the tools you have at your disposal to grow your business and make sure you're on the picture. At the end of the day, we need to grow scale. We need to have generational wealth. We need to create our own chain of supply. And the only way to do it is scaling our companies to do that. Because they talked about it this morning. They said we did the number 5 economy in the world. But we only the consumers and the workers. We're not creating generational wealth. So it's up to us to grow our business and create the pipeline of supply and demand. And utilizing the internet and tools like Google offers is only going to do that.
I want to just quickly plug in the certifications here. If you guys haven't seen it already, there's amazing free certifications to you. Whoever's a small business, I saw about 40% of the room raise their hands saying they're small business. Google is giving away certifications, free certifications to upskill yourself and your workforce, regardless of where they're at. We're talking about user experience. We're talking about my favorite ones, project management. How many of us have these projects that are coming in? We need to learn how to manage that properly. Completely free for you to secure those certifications and give them to up to 100 of your employees. As you were mentioning, most of our businesses might be micro enterprise. I think it's 90% of small business is revenue in less than $1 million. Mm-hmm. So love that idea. We definitely want to upscale. Daryl, you have some comments?
Yeah, I do. How many of you have heard of ERC, Employee Retention Credits? So those of you that have not, I would probably advise you to get on the website. Anybody that has had employees that were W-2 from 20 to 21, we've done. Hello. So, is it working?
Yeah.
So, anyways, it
was. So you could just use mine.
Thank you. So anyways.
Say 1, 2. See, it's working. It's working. Yeah. Just get it closer.
Closer? Okay. So anyways, the ERC is anybody that's had employees through 2021, they will reimburse you up to $26,000 per employee. So, it's a significant amount of money that even if you have 10 employees, that would be $260,000. There's groups out there that will help you for a percentage of the money, and there's groups out there that will actually give you the money quicker than waiting, the traditional 6 months for the funding. We also did help a lot of our membership with the PPP first and second round. So unfortunately, the ERC ran out on the 30th of September for the first round, but the second round is coming up, I think, next month. So those are the things that we need, that as leaders of the chamber, need to keep tabs on. And again, we're both a national chamber, so it wouldn't hurt you to get on our website to see what's happening in our part of town. We like to think that we're on top of the ball.
Yeah, thank you. So we have a few minutes left. I want to leave you all with a few questions, comments that you want to leave our audience today. Linda, let's start with you. What advice or what comments you want to partake and leave with our audience here today?
If you don't have your business Google profile, you need to get that one, because that's what changed my life in my business. And I'm still learning. I'm very slow in implementing more things. But I feel very confident that I'm in the right path, growing my business with this platform, with Google. And just, if you're not really good by yourself, take the classes with them. They're very step by step, just like Mari did this morning with us, and you're able to ask questions. And it's just very, very simple once you start enjoying it. And I feel like if you want to grow your business, you need to be in Google.
Thank you so much, Linda. Jaime, you have a few departing thoughts for our audience?
Yeah, use Google as your business partner. I think that's a good way to put it, because we're small as it is, so they can become your right hand at any level. For example, inventory. We're pretty good in the front office, but because we're so small and the back office is not that straight, and we rely on our accountants and everything else, but Google can do that job for you. Please master that, and it's at no cost. It's only going to help you grow your business.
Thank you, Jaime. Daryl, any departing thoughts?
Okay. Hello? It's not working again? Just talk. Huh? All right. Anyways, so I'm not really sure, I'm from the era of pager and public telephone. So, I've seen our virtual, I would like to think that we would stay virtual or maybe hybrid. A case in point was our commission meetings at LA County were maybe 40 people, 23 of them were members. Now we had over 415 people participate in our webinars. Our chamber has now went to 100% participation. So what that's telling me is that a lot of people are getting a whole lot of great information, and I guess I would say let's stay virtual. I like it.
Yeah, lowering the operational costs. We have a few seconds left. Does anyone in the audience have any questions for our panelists that would like to address? Fantastic. Oh, we do. We have a question in the back.
It's more of a comment than a question, and something I gained from this is, I'm from the Arizona Commerce Authority. We provide programming as well, such as the chambers, but there's a lot of no-cost programs. You heard a lot of free. There's a lot of no-cost programs out there, and for a small business owner or a nonprofit, take advantage of them. That's all I want to say is take advantage, whether it's from one of the chambers, it's on the stage, some of our Arizona programming. I have a boot camp I do every Tuesday morning. It's a webinar series. You can do it live or watch the recording. It's called the Arizona Small Business Boot Camp. But there's so much no-cost programming to help support your small businesses. Please take advantage of it.
Yes, we have tons of resources. Definitely leverage, if you're here in Phoenix, definitely leverage that solution. We have some ladies in the front that have questions.
Yes. Roberto, I just wanted to thank you. You're always ever so present in LA and has been very helpful to the chamber, the LA Latino Chamber. What I want to share with you is I think we just need to use you up. You have different levels of capacity building efforts here, and I want to thank you because it really tells a true story. We still have so much work to do, but I applaud everybody for being open and honest, and you're absolutely right. We need to take advantage of these resources because even as a minority small business, I was taking notes and texting my husband who's up there because you're right. We're so in front of making things happen every day. And at night, it's really a tough situation when you don't have your infrastructure built the way you want to capacity. So thank you so much, and I know we have work to do, and I'm really, really excited about this opportunity to learn even more of what we didn't know. So thank you, Roberto.
No, thank you. Behind every great man is a greater woman. So there you have it.
So I did have a question. Jaime mentioned something about generational wealth, and I think it's very important that also, and I'd like to ask Daryl and also Jaime to answer this question, is generational wealth is important, but also growing your companies are important. The chambers currently are small business. but we have to look to the future about mid-sized business and larger business, Latino-owned. I'm not talking corporations. How will you address that challenge and that question?
Great question.
That's something we've been looking at it with the Aspen Institute that you are part of in Harvard. Just to give you an idea, the business sector in Chicago, because I'm in Chicago, is very balanced. You know, every food and construction and technology is all 10%. It's very balanced. But when it comes to Latinos, it's very unbalanced. It's high in construction and high in food industry. So we need to balance the playing field, and that's how you create wealth, and that's how you create the supply chain, and those companies start growing. So that's one of the things we are heavily addressing at the Chamber, to make sure we balance the playing field, because we don't need more restaurants. You know, we need people that can supply those restaurants. You know, I know people, you know, if you have a restaurant, the supplier is probably not Latino. Right? So you need to create the pipeline to do that so we can start growing our companies. And that's how you do it, Darlene. And you're an amazing story. Your company is just incredible. And you want to talk an incredible story, here she is right here.
And I would just like to piggyback with that. We have amazing partners in the room. We have Elban in the room. And one of their models is work together. We have to work and buy from each other. We have to partner with each other. If you're growing, help the next person grow with you. So it's a really important motto, I think, that we want to live and embody. There's certain reputations. I sit on the board for the USACC, and there's certain reputations that we're not helping each other out, or Latinos don't like to help Latinos out. We need to dispel that myth. We got to show them that we will invest in our own companies and help us grow. So I think it's extremely important.
Then another idea is unbundling contracts. So that's one of the things we're doing in Illinois heavily.
Daryl's right for that. Comments?
Sure. So I've been attending the USACC for, we're not going to say years, decades, 3 decades. So I believe in teaming with corporate America, as we were talking to JP Morgan. And what I would like to do is I would like to take companies like Doreen Vanner, and a member, and my board member of my LA Latino Chamber of Commerce, and if we team with the larger groups where they would be our, for the sake of word, like our construction management group, overseeing small businesses that are just trying to cut their teeth into the business, that if we could get them from tier 2 and tier 3 to someday in a couple of years they could become their own prime contractors, that's the recipe.
Yeah.
You know, we got to go out and do it. The chambers have to do it for themselves. You know, we believe that, you know, the leaders of the chamber need to understand, you know, small business, how are we going to get there? I'm a small business, right? And I do know how to get there. So now I need to bring other small businesses, you know, all of our brothers and sisters to be a part of it. And, you know, with the hope of large corporations, you know, this will be something that we're going to be doing in the very, very near future.
Well, thank you so much for joining. Thanks so much, Daryl, for those comments. Oh, we have.
I'm going to say something about Roberto. Roberto comes from a land that they call cars, they call them muebles. In Chicago, in Chihuahua.
Chihuahua, yes. Parral, Chihuahua. Guilty as charged. No, but we'll love to thank you all for joining us today. We want to when I say we, the Queens we, I mean Google. We want to be part of your journey in every step of the way. It doesn't matter if you're just starting and getting going, or if you're already in the millions. We want to be part of that journey with you and help you have that digital transformation that allows us to have you here next year on this panel. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great conference.
Thank you, everyone.